You've been scammed. Before we get started, I wanted to let you know you've been lied to. Take a look at these screenshots. Here is an ad for Actor for Hire. Here's another ad for Supercar for Rent. And here's another to rent a mansion. Last but not least, here's fake proof you might see floating around. I don't know how many of these videos you've seen online in the past 6 to 12 months. You know, the ones talking about one-click softwares and all these magic get-rich-quick schemes. All these guys are fake. They're not real people. They're all actors who are paid to get in front of the camera and read a sales script through a teleprompter. Then, in hopes you believe everything you see and everything they say, you get sold a push-button formula for $49.95. You won't have to worry about any of that in this video. Today is your lucky day. Your internet connection is about to be detonated by a $39 billion truth bomb. Close Facebook, stop tweeting, switch off your phone, lock your door and get rid of all other distractions. The next few minutes are going to be the most important of your life. Why? The powers to be don't want you to know what I'm about to reveal. This is cutting-edge, life-altering stuff that until now has been kept from you. Why have they been keeping these things from you? Because they want you to fail. They want you to be miserable, disheartened, ready to quit, and so frustrated you feel like heaving your laptop out the window and stamping on the broken pieces. If that's how you feel, if you always suspected there's a piece of the puzzle you're missing, well, you're right to feel that way. Do you know why? Because you've had no choice but to fail. It's not your fault. The bottom line, the line you're not supposed to notice, is that you failed because they want you to. Everything's been designed for you to fail because that's what they need from you. You know who I'm talking about. Those faceless online gurus who use fake actors always pretending they're going to show you how to make money. It's like they're teaching you to swim while holding their foot on top of your head. It doesn't matter how much progress you make, at some point you're going under. That's the real deal, the brutal, painful truth of it all. You failed because every single thing each and every one of those bastards told you was a lie. A careful lie designed to do one thing, keep you running on the wheel like a hamster, so you keep buying their products and keep signing up to their dream. How do I know? I know because I am one of those bastards. My name is... but you can call me Mr. X. More about me later. This video is about you, about getting you out from under all the lies and bullshit they've been feeding you, and getting you to a position where you're making real money every single day, more money than you can probably imagine right now. Without even realizing it, you're sitting on the edge of a $39 billion payday. And all it will take is a little nudge in the right direction for you to carve a slice of the pie for yourself. I'm here to give you that nudge. The potential paydays you're looking at here make the internet seem like small potatoes. Seriously. But without me, you won't even get close to it. Because the online business game is rigged. You've been tricked and manipulated from the start. Right now, you trying to make money or start a business or whatever is like trying to make a living by playing roulette at your closest casino. You can't beat the house and you never will. You need to change the game. In fact, you need to forget the internet altogether. There are much better and easier ways to make more cash than you could ever get from the internet. That might seem like a bold statement, but do me a favor, be honest with yourself. Did you really think your future was in building a ton of different websites, or building lists, or promoting other people's products or whatever? Of course it's not. For all but the tiny lucky few, that's a pipe dream that will never happen. Today it stops. Today it stops for good. Do me a favor, go to a calendar, do it right now, and draw a line through every day before today. They're done. Those days don't matter. That was all before you found this page. None of your failures matter anymore. They were not your fault, so just forget them. Before is done, after is what counts. Are you ready for life after? Before we get into that, let me ask you a very important question. When was the last time anything worked for you? When was the last time some ebook or dumb video course actually worked? When was the last time you found something that didn't have a vital piece of the puzzle missing? When was the last time you actually followed some instructions and made money? You've been fed a ton of spiteful lies about setting up 1 billion websites with 3 clicks and then waiting for so much money to be shoved into your mailbox. Well, let me ask you, if it was that easy, why aren't you rich right now? Why don't you live in a giant house and have a garage stuffed full of sports cars? The real reason is because it's just not that simple. The internet is way too fluid for such things to be profitable. The gurus will tell you they make a ton of money because they have hundreds of those sites making $10 a day or whatever. But the undeniable truth of it all is that you've been manipulated and ripped off again and again. So now let me follow up by asking you another question. And I just know you're going to say yes to this one. Wouldn't you like to forget all the stuff you've heard about making money online? You know what I mean. Building websites, trying to figure out how to get traffic, being told you need to build a list, never being able to afford to have this stuff done for you, and the rest of it besides. Wouldn't you like to skip it all and get to the point where you're making money almost right away, but without having to worry about websites and all that stupid stuff? Of course you would, and that's what I'm here to tell you about. Think of this page as a gateway. This is a gateway to all the unbelievable riches you could ever want. Once you're on the other side, you'll have everything you need laid out for you. First though, I need you to forget everything you've been force-fed until this point. Seriously, just let it all go. Forget everything you've heard about Facebook or Google, YouTube, SEO, MLM, Forex, and all those other places that are supposedly the key to making money. I'm going to make you forget you ever heard of that stuff. But first you need to know why I'm doing this for you. After all, we've never even met, and we never will meet. In all honesty, I don't even care who you are or what your name is. For me, this is not about helping people. It's about revenge. Revenge on the other guys. The guys that screwed me out of tens of thousands of dollars when they kicked me out of their dumb inner circle. There is one, you know, an inner circle. It's made up of the biggest marketers online. And get this, most of them you've never even heard of. They fly below the radar, where the real big money is. I was one of them. In fact, I still am one of those guys making the big top secret money. But the weak-ass guys kick me out of their dumb little club. Why? Well, let's just say I like to fly a little closer to the sun than they're happy with. You see, I perfected some real cutting-edge stuff. The kind of marketing tricks that made even those guys drop their jaws in surprise. I'm talking about making big money in small amounts of time. Look at these figures so you know what I'm talking about. Long story short, I originally discovered this stuff from some other inner circle members, but I refined it and perfected it. Long story short, once I showed this inner circle how much I was making with this new stuff, and how I was carving my own fat slice of this $39 billion pie, they wanted in and fast. Believe me, guys like this are always greedy, always on the make. But I said no. Why would I share something that was making me hundreds of thousands of dollars? In all honesty, I could have shared it with them. The market I'm about to show you is so big and so different from any kind of online money making you've ever seen that there's zero risk of competition. And it's kind of crazy because I just didn't want to. They tried to control me one too many times and I just flipped. Before I knew it, they started freezing me out. I missed out on big promotions, key deals that would have made me millions. The final straw was when they cut me out of the loop on some affiliate promotions I'd done for them. They froze $78,000 of my commissions and basically refused to pay. Right then, I knew exactly what I was going to do to get them back. I'm going to release my big secret so everybody can jump on board. Suddenly, their little mastermind empire won't be so profitable because guys like you will be there, eating their lunch and pushing your way into their market share. Told you this was about revenge. I decided to step into the public eye and reveal my closest secret for one reason and one reason only. Those guys, those high-level gurus and underground marketing mavens, they rely on guys like you to continually buy their useless crap. They need your cash to keep them in Ferraris and big houses. And once you know what I'm about to teach you, you won't need them anymore. You'll know how to skip all this kid stuff internet marketing and get to where the real cash is. Their incomes will dry up and for once they'll be the guys getting screwed instead of you. What would you say if I told you there was a very easy way to make a basically unlimited sum of money and you don't need a website, traffic, AdSense, affiliate links or any of that garbage they've tried to tell you about? You probably won't believe me, but that's because all the lies you've been told in the past make the truth sound crazy. But it's true. We're talking about a money-making system with no... and none of that other stuff you're probably used to being stressed and frustrated with. In fact, you don't even need a website or an affiliate link for this thing to generate you a ton of money. And when I say that, I'm not meaning you'll instead use some kind of free blog or whatever. I really do mean there's no website necessary. You don't need any kind of web presence at all, and this business system could still make you a gazillionaire. What am I talking about? I'm talking about something that began on July the 10th, 2008 and immediately changed the world. It's generated close to $20 billion since then and continues to expand at an alarming rate. I'm talking about phone apps. iPhones, Droids, Windows phones, all those tiny little 99-cent apps are big business. And don't worry, you won't have to spend a dime on creating one or need to know any knowledge about them already. But the funny thing is, it's actually pretty easy to get into this business once somebody shows you how. And like I said, you don't need to worry about all that garbage you wasted your time with before. Driving traffic, SEO, building websites, all that. Forget that. Like I said, that's the past. This is the future, and it's much easier to make real money with. Oh, and in case you're wondering, yes, those little downloadable apps make a ton of money. Even the simplest idea can make a killing in this market. Ever heard of iFart? It's a pretty dumb app that generates a fart sound every time you push a button. Dumb, right? Well, that dumb app made over $500,000. Seriously, 500 grand for that. And what about Angry Birds? Everybody has heard of that. It's just a simple little game that got hugely popular. Well, that simple little game has made more than $70 million and counting. And that's what I'm going to show you how to do. I'm going to let you blow the doors open and get in on the mobile app game yourself. And the cool thing is that my system completely maximizes your chances of profit. That's what this is, you see. It's a real business system, not some get-rich-quick scheme promising to make you a millionaire within the next 2 minutes. Sure, it could make you a millionaire. This system has made even children into millionaires. It's got so much potential. But it's not going to do it today, tomorrow, or probably not next week either. It could, however, make you serious cash relatively quickly. And the real beauty of it is that it's hands-off cash. Once you've set something up the way I'll show you, it can just generate cash automatically. You don't have to do anything but put the checks into your bank account. Think about it. Both the Apple App Store and its Droid counterpart are open 24/7, 365. And that means once your apps are out there, people are downloading them and making you money 24/7. And it all happens without the annoying stuff you need to take care of when you're doing regular online business. Think about it. You slave for hours picking a subject, working on a site, putting the content together, making it all work. And then you put it online. Great. Well done. But the truth is, you're only about a third of the way done at that point. You still need to market your site, get traffic, all that tedious, difficult stuff. But with apps, you don't need to worry. Once you get it up there, everything's taken care of. Payments, delivery, everything. Oh, and if you're wondering how many visitors or downloads you can get, look at it this way. Between January 2011 and January 2012, there were more than 20 billion apps downloaded from the Apple App Store. And that's not including the figures for the Droid marketplace. That's more than 1.8 billion downloads a month, which equals to about 4.2 downloads a day. So let me ask you, with that many downloads to go around, don't you think it could be pretty easy to get in on this? And yeah, all that sounds awesome. But do you know what's even wilder? Those numbers are always going to grow because there will always be a growing number of iPhones, Droids, and smartphones in general in the world. Look at it this way. Over the past 3 years, Apple have sold an average of 26,918,000 iPhones a year. That's 517,000 every single week. And according to the most recent figures by the prestigious Nielsen Research Institute, the average iPhone user downloads 37 apps. And Apple are generating new users at a rate of 500,000 a week, and each one of them will download on average 37 apps. And that's without even including the iPad or iPod users who are also downloading millions of apps. So let me ask you again, don't you think it might be easy to carve out your own slice of this booming business? Don't forget, all those numbers are just about Apple. I haven't even mentioned Droid or Windows phones, and some people say they're growing even faster. Bottom line, this thing is about to break wide open, and the ones getting in earliest will stand to make the most money. To put it bluntly, this is the kind of business climate where smart people can make tens of millions of dollars if they make the right decisions at the right time. About now is when you're probably thinking you don't know anything about programming or creating apps or whatever, and you can't possibly get involved in this kind of business. Sound about right? Well, don't worry. What would you say if I told you I was going to give you several push-button, instantly and freely create your own app solution? I'm talking about some high-tech software and a group of highly skilled professionals standing by your side. It's so advanced it just lets about anybody create the exact kind of apps they want. And it's all done from within the softwares. Go through a few drop-down menus, click a few buttons, and you're done. With these programs, you can put together a world-class app in... And it really doesn't matter if you're completely clueless and don't even own an iPhone. These softwares are that good. More about that in a moment. First though, I guess this is where I'm supposed to tell you how I'm such a nice guy and I only want to do this to help people. That's why I'm revealing all those nasty guru secrets. But I'm not like that, and I don't want to lie about it. Truth is, I don't care one way or the other about helping people. I worked hard for my success, and I think others should do the same. I'm a better person because of it. But that's still not why I'm releasing this software. Bottom line, those guys owe me money. They seized a ton of my affiliate commissions, worth almost 100 grand. Not exactly enough to send me broke, but enough to irritate me. Why should they get to keep my money? So this is about revenge. I'm releasing their closest guarded secrets, and I'm doing it one better. You see, when they showed me how to work this system, it was effective, but it took a ton of time and was very complex. For example, here are some of my results. Impressive, huh? Well, it's impressive until you realise it took a few months of me using my own network and structure of employees to get there. And until now, it's been basically impossible for the average person to replicate results like that with these systems. For that reason, most people simply don't have the resources. Notice how I said until now? The top secret software I'm about to show you cuts all that out. This is hyper powerful stuff. It's going to let you put the whole thing onto autopilot right there from day one. No struggles, no outsourcing, the softwares do it all. Let me tell you, those inner circle guys will go crazy when they see this page. The software revealed cuts all the major headaches from their system and takes it from being a complex, time-consuming business to being a simple business system that one person can easily put together and maintain. But you know what's funny? I was so disappointed with the software at first that I almost didn't even try it out. When my programmer sent it back to me, I was kind of surprised. It's not much to look at, and it's really simple. I'd been expecting some super complex thing that took dozens of hours to get to grips with. But sure enough, when I tested it out, I was blown away. When you cut away all the hype and skepticism you've built up from all those crappy products you've been tricked into buying, what you're left with here is basically some kind of holy grail of making money. If you're looking for more free time, more money, the freedom to control your own income, more security, more self-respect, the chance to finally do something with your life, to be somebody, then this is probably the thing you've been searching for the whole time. The thing they've been keeping from you for years. All those late nights sitting there Googling things and trying to figure out how to make extra money, they're about to pay off. Right here, right now, today. Maybe you're thinking this sounds far-fetched, but not since the gold rushes in the mid-1800s has there been an income opportunity this big. Think about it. Apple aren't going anywhere, and apps are just going to grow and evolve as more and more people buy smartphones. And modern technology lowers the barrier of entry so much that for once it really is possible for the average guy to use this stuff to make an unlimited income starting from scratch with zero expenditure. That's why I'm sharing the software with you. Having access to this killer, cutthroat software gives you a completely unfair advantage against even the inner circle guys I mentioned before, and that's why I'm opening it up and handing it to you. I want as many people as possible to have access to their millionaire's playground because I know that will really spoil their party. You see, the software is so simple, it's going to let anybody tap into the ultra lucrative world of app creation. This goes way beyond the internet or internet marketing or making money online, or whatever you want to call it. Think about this. As of December last year, there were just over 2 billion people in the world with internet connections. But there are 5.9 billion mobile phone subscribers. That's almost 3 times as many as total internet users. So think about that logically. It means that if you are able to make $1 online, doing the same thing with mobile phones should be worth almost $3, right? The market is just that much bigger. And there's another huge difference about phones, and it makes them much more profitable. Can you guess what it is? Well, people carry them around constantly. When was the last time you left the house without your cell phone? Pound for pound, the average cell phone gets a lot more use than the average internet connection, and that makes it a lot easier to make money from. It's like bypassing all the wasted time and struggles you've probably had and diving deep into the money-making heart. And that's what makes the software so powerful. It lets you tap directly into that and scoop out handfuls of cash on demand over and over again. For the first time ever, you get to be in charge of your income. Now though, I must warn you. Even though it seems simple, these programs are super sophisticated pieces of technology being revealed to you. Nobody but myself and a few top secret programmers know how it works. But we've kept it so straightforward, if you're smart enough to order your own meal at the drive-thru, you can run this thing and make money. No exaggeration. Here's what happens when I use this software. Now, whether you realize it or not, this video has already changed your life. Walk away from it now and you're sentencing yourself to a lifetime of ordinariness. Always struggling for money, wondering how you're going to get by, wondering, is this it? Is this the life I want, the life I deserve? First though, I need to prepare you for what it's like to make this kind of money. Can you imagine it? Waking up each day at the crack of whenever the hell you want, no alarms, no wake-up calls, no rushing into work so you can be chained to your cubicle for the next 8 hours, no more struggling through traffic to get to work, and no more arsehole bosses telling you what to do and stealing the best hours of your life. I mean, think about it. We only get so many years on this planet, but most people work 8 hours out of every 24. That's a third of your life, half your waking hours. And the other half of your waking hours is when you're expected to get all your living done. You're supposed to get to and from work in that time, eat dinner, see your friends, socialise, maybe get married, start a family, all in the time you're not at work, so you can keep those precious work hours free. Let me ask you, is that really how you wanted to spend your life? Is that what you hoped for when you were a kid? To throw away half your life so other people could get rich? I don't think it is it? So here's what you need to do. You need to go ahead and get instant access to this program right now. Fire it up, push a few buttons, create some killer apps, then stop. Put your feet up, drink some coffee, hang out with your family, take your kids to the park, spend time with your wife. Do whatever you want. Do that stuff for a day or two, then come back and see how much you made. You see, I want you to get used to having that kind of freedom, the freedom you could be experiencing today, tonight, the kind of freedom the app business can bring you. So I guess that's the big question. How much is it worth to you to be able to do that? How much would you pay for that kind of freedom? How much would you pay to push a few buttons today and wake up to a whole new stream of automatic income tomorrow? I mean, think about it. Industry experts predict that this new mobile industry will be worth $39 billion a year within the next 2 years, and just 4 short years ago, it was barely making $1 billion a year. You're basically looking at a new kind of gold rush. Ever see the history programs about all the guys prospecting for gold back in the day? Or what about when somebody struck oil? Some of those people became billionaires almost overnight. That's what you're looking at here. This is the new gold rush, an earning opportunity that dwarfs the internet and makes just about every other kind of business seem a little pointless. Internet marketing is basically dead. The smartest, most successful marketers are leaving the internet in droves and jumping into the world of mobile with both feet. And they're doing it because right now it's the Wild West days, where it's no harder than shooting fish in a barrel and new people are making it rich every day. So you're going to want to move fast. And that's one of the reasons I've made sure this is a rock bottom bargain price. The other reason is that my main aim here isn't to make money. Like I said, I'm doing this for revenge, to get one back on those inner circle guys. Giving you these secrets on a platter like this will destroy their businesses. They'll no longer have ready access to poor souls desperate to change their lives, because those poor souls won't be desperate any longer. They'll be armed with cutting-edge technology that will help them make as much money as they've ever dreamed of. I do, however, have a lot of costs to cover. I'm all for giving stuff away, but I'm not going to do it if it costs me money. So while this isn't quite free, it's the next best thing. So no, you're not going to pay $497 or $297 or anything crazy like that. In fact, I'm going to let you have it for less than $100 total. So you're getting this whole thing for just $29. And that's great, but do you know the best part? You don't even need to know if you want to keep it today. I'm not asking you to commit to anything. I know it's only fair to let you try it out and see how much money it makes you first. I'm going to give you a cast iron guarantee to stand behind. Go ahead, hit the download button right now and you've got 8 whole weeks from today to try it out. Push those buttons, get a few things set up and see how it works for you. If it doesn't work or you just plain old don't like this business, shoot me a quick email and you'll get every penny back quickly with no arguments. So you're not even being asked to commit to this today. Just say maybe and hit the button below. If it works out, great, you'll be rich. But if it doesn't, that's fine too, because you get every red cent back and you get to keep the product. Now think about something for me. You've already seen how this can change your life. You've seen the vast sackfuls of money these apps can bring you. And you've seen the awesome power of this crazy software. How do you think it's going to feel to watch the money pouring into your account every day? How's it going to feel to be able to tell everybody you did it? You made it work. You found a better way to live and improve the life of your family by doing so. And finally, how is it going to feel to stride into work and tell your boss where to go? Tell him you don't need a reference because you don't need another job. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? Of course it would. And all that's standing between you and that is the button below. Click it now, take care of payment, and I'm waiting to hand you your software on the other side. Oh, I almost forgot. If you decide not to go ahead with this right now, 2 things are going to happen. 1, you'll miss out for good. It's only here for so long. Miss it and you're missing out for good. 2, you're going to resign yourself back to the life of working half your waking hours just to make somebody else rich. You'll get older and older, and before you know what's hit you, you'll be wondering where your life went. Well, your life is here, just a click away. But I can't make that click for you. You need to do it yourself. Grab that life with both hands and make it yours. Click the button now before somebody takes your